Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. For those who have just discovered this message, we are still in Egypt, and this is one of many of the channelings that we will give. We sit out in an open area, 140, on the grass, with tables about to enjoy a meal, for this is the first of 3 farewell dinners. Find yourself right now at 1/3 into the full Egypt tour of 2019. Some of you in the background may hear the sounds of the city, perhaps even the call to prayer in this land, which is common. I would like to tell you something, dear ones. 140 of you shrink to 90, and they continue. Some are departing, some are staying, obviously. But all of you have had something in common. There is an unusual camaraderie, a coherence that builds between individuals, even in a few days, that is hard to describe. And this is not something that just happens to this group, dear ones. Let me tell you something that I have seen and noticed. I am with my partner all of the time. Everything he does, I'm there. It is common on the excursions to the various countries to be in vehicles, in buses especially, where there will be long distances to cover. And through these last 10 years, I will tell you something that takes place. It almost always does. When the journey begins, and those on this journey get on the vehicle and sit on the bus and they begin, inevitably, there will be a guide or a bus driver, perhaps in a break, who will come to my partner and will say, well, I've done many religious groups before. This is another one. What is channeling? And that's when my partner has something he always says at that point in time. He says, I'm not quite sure. And here's the reason. And what happens next? If he said to the man, I am in contact with a master from the great central sun called Kryon, and billions of souls are involved, the man probably wouldn't quite understand. So he's quiet. Inevitably, the bus driver or the guides or the tour operators will then sit and hear the channeling. And sometimes it takes 2 or even 3 before they understand not only is it safe, but this is not a religious group. It's a group that loves one another in a way even that would defy any reason or logic. How is it that strangers can look at one another and become best friends in hours? What is it that joins you together in a way that is more than it should be? And it's so often from country to country to country that those who you would call staff driving the buses, becoming the guides, will come and say, I've never seen this before. This is different, and I am enjoying it, and I'm relaxing, and it's safe, and I feel like I'm family with you. And it doesn't matter what their belief system is, dear ones, because love is love. The creative source of this universe shouts love to you. It doesn't matter what the belief system is, for they're all basically the same in that they understand love. You have not a system, as I've said, but an arrangement. And it is arrangement of compassion, of strength, of patience, of love. And when you combine those together with any group, you feel it. There are some who have come who are not interested in anything that Kryon would say, and they have simply come to see the sights. But they go away with something, dear ones, and it is this, that it's a safe place to be among those who are compassionate and love one another, even as strangers. They see something that is practical in this, not a doctrine, not rules, not procedures, but compassionate action, hour by hour, day by day. You take care of each other. You learn the consciousness of one another. For those departing right now in this group, this is not farewell. You will carry this energy and remember for the rest of your life. For some of you, this will plant seeds, and you might be then interested to know more about a non-system that we have, which depends upon the intuition and compassion of human to human. There is nothing like this. It surpasses systems. You can be one who would listen to Kryon and be any one of those systems, for it does not interfere. Because my message, dear ones, is that the Creator loves you beyond measure, that this planet is not where you came to suffer. This planet honors your magnificence and asks you to find it, for it is there. For those who will leave this particular tour, we'll say it for the first of 3 times. Go away changed, but remember, not just where you've been or what you've seen, but the consciousness and the confluence of love that has been around you as you helped one another, whether you climbed a mountain or simply had a meal together. This is what we teach. There's more here than you know. Go away changed. And so it is.